Welcome back or welcome into my channel. I haven't posted here in a while. I've been doing most of my readings on Instagram at Untitled Empress, which can be linked down below, or also do free readings sometimes, but I do have limited spots of those free readings available. But if you follow my Instagram, I'll do update when I do free readings. So this is going to be a requested reading, somewhat requested. Someone asked for a career reading, but I also geared it towards the month of April. So we have 4 piles here. Number 1, 2, 3, 4. Pile number 1 has orange carnelian. I don't know how much my webcam is going to show. Number 2 with the cork. Pile number 3, we have fluorite, purple fluorite. And number 4 is, I believe this is a red coral. So you can choose pile numbers 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you feel drawn to choose all 4, feel free to do that. I'm not going to stop you. But we're going to start on pile number 1 in just a few moments. So this is going to be a simple 3-card spread for pile number for these piles. I also drew some affirmation cards. This is also usually when I draw affirmation cards, not only does it serve as a clarification of this reading, but for the viewers, it is also a message from the guides or the spirits, or the spirit guides. So for pile number 1, if you chose the orange carnelian, we have 3 of Vessels, Joy in reversed. We have 21, the World Tree, and Page of Stones, the Links. So for pile number 1, I'm just going to put this at face value, at least in the beginning of April. I'm not going to see, I don't really see any positive news. I mean, not to sound like a Debbie Downer, but in the month of April, it's going to be pretty hard for you, or you're not going to find like any, I guess, fulfillment in your career or your career path. However, with 21, the World Tree, I do see this as you coming into a new path, or maybe finding something that you like a lot more than what you were doing before. However, with the links here, this is also a card that shows someone who's very hesitant. It's like they want to go for something, but at the same time, they're not really sure if they should take that step or not. Okay, you guys got a lot of cards. I'm gonna read this one first. I'm embracing a paradigm shift. So whatever is making you hesitant, whatever's blocking you, you guys are saying that kind of just go with the flow. Just embrace whatever's happening. Even if you feel scared to do this, just saying to go for it, even if it's a small step. We also have, I release the need to motivate myself and allow inspiration to flow naturally to me and through me. So again, this is saying don't force anything on yourself. You don't have to go from where you are now all the way to, step C or whatever. I feel like most of these messages are saying the same thing, so I'm just going to read through them. And then, so this one says, I am open to give and I am open to receive. I am my own healer and I am my own sacred space. So overall, the message for you is just embrace the change. Change for the most part is pretty inevitable, but it's also saying that you have the power to embrace it. You have all these strengths, you have all these capabilities. It's just saying to trust yourself, heal yourself, whatever mental blocks you have, be sure to work around that or work with that, work through that. Because it's saying that you do have the capabilities to do this. You just have to embrace the path that you're on, embrace that change. And I might link a video about paradigm shifts, I believe from Aaron Dowdy. He has some videos on those that I really like about paradigm shifts, which can help you a lot. But anyways, that was pile number 1. Be sure to follow my Instagram for reading updates, for tarot updates, and other, I guess, witchy things that I do on my page. I'm gonna go on to pile number 2. There's the wine cork here. We have 6 of Stones, exploitation, and reversed. We have Queen of Stones, the Bear, in reversed. And we also have 8 of Stones, skills, in reversed. And I know these are a lot of reversed cards, but that's not always a bad thing. Or I usually don't see them as a bad thing anyways, but... So with this, we have, with the exploitation card, especially with these 2 cards together, exploitation in reverse and the bear reversed. Usually the bear upright is someone looking into the distance, someone seeing what's really out there, but with the bear reversed and with the exploitation in reverse, these cards together, it kind of feels like you might be guided, not guided, it feels like you might be pulled towards something that you don't really want to do career-wise. Maybe someone in your life wants you to do this thing, maybe friends or family, they really think that you're good for this. However, with this card here, it's like you're not really sure if that's something you want to do, or at least if you do try this out, you don't think it's going to be something that you might want to do in the long run. And with the 8 of Stones, skills in reverse, again, this could be something that's very short-lived if you happen to go into this at all. And it's also saying that with the 8 of Stones, skills reverse, it might be something that you don't really enjoy because it's someone else that's telling you what to do, or more so, it's not really something that comes from your own passions or your own capabilities. Not capabilities, sorry, but your own kind of it's just not something that you really feel drawn to do, but for some reason it feels like other people really want you to do this. So we have, I am my own validation, I am my own validation, and it's loving for me to say no to things that don't resonate. So yes, very clear message from your guides. Don't be pressured to say yes, even though people in your life think that whatever this is really good for you, or maybe with the exploitation reverse, they think that this could bring you a lot of money, a lot of, you know, abundance, whatever it is. But in the long run, if they're saying that it's better for you to choose something that you really want to do, just start brainstorming if you're not really sure about that. I just wanted to quickly explain the exploitation card in the reading because I don't think I really got into it. Basically, for this one, it feels like your friends, family, or whoever may be influencing you to take a certain path. It feels like the path that they want you to go on is a lot more more financially feasible, or it's a lot more financially attractive, or at least in their eyes, it could be a lot more financially attractive, or it's a lot more financially safe, which is why they want you to go in this direction. So obviously, the exploitation card upright, they don't want you to end up as these 2 people kind of in a very scarce, you know, in a very scarce environment, but that could just be their scarce mindset. So this is just them kind of trying to protect you. But again, going on with the reading, follow your own path, follow your own guides, and all that. Sorry, I think my camera kind of froze there, but as I was saying before, don't say yes to things just because someone else wants you to do it. And this is also saying to set your boundaries. So say no is a form of self-care. So that was pile number 2. Moving on to pile number 3. And be sure to follow my Instagram down below for sometimes free readings or free reading requests and other witchy things that I do on there. Alright, if you guys chose pile number 3, which I believe was the fluorite. If not, this is still pile number 3. So we have King of Bows Adder, Nine of Bows Respect, and Nine of Vessels Generosity in reversed. I also have your affirmations, which I'm going to get to just in a bit. So with these 2 cards, the Adder and the Respect card, I feel like whatever you're going for, if it's if you're already in the career, if you're going for the career, I feel like you're kind of doing it for other people. And this Nine of Bows Respect card, this feels like someone who is just going all out for this, whatever this is. I'm not getting that this is someone who's doing the most, but it also feels like someone who's not really listening to their own guide, their own intuition. And that leads us to the generosity card here. Sorry, the clarification was the instruction card in reversed. So again, not listening to your guides, not listening to your intuition. With the generosity in reversed, I'm getting that the overall message here is whatever you're going for, even if you're working very hard for it, they're saying that it may not be the best thing for you, especially if it's something that you're doing for someone else. So we have here, I am ever expanding radiance. All expression and intentions flow through my heart center. I am love. I trust that though I may not see it now, there is a greater lesson for me in this. So you may be working very hard for whatever this is, but in the end, it is saying that there might be something better for you out there. I don't think this is saying to give up what you're doing, but it's just saying to focus more on yourself, especially during this time, and focus more on what you really want to do. I also feel like this could be related to pile number 3 if you haven't seen that. That one also talked about doing things for yourself and not doing things for other people, and also setting your boundaries as well. So if you haven't checked out pile number 3, be sure to do that. That could be helpful for you as well. But overall, know what you really want in your life. Start manifesting your dream career, your dream job. If you don't know what that is, you can start brainstorming what you do want to do. So for me, personally, the way I figured out what I wanted to do, aside from tarot readings, is I'm also a biology major, and I'm also interested in ethology and conservation. So the way I figured that out is I took my interests. It could be any type of interest, whether it's interest in animals, maybe you're interested in cooking or whatever it is. And then I combined that with things I was really good at. And I just started making combinations, seeing what I could get. So that could just be an idea for you. And that's the end of pile number 3. Be sure to check out my Instagram for more readings. Sometimes do exclusive readings there. I just do a lot of fun posts on there as well. Okay, pile number 4. For those of you guys who chose this red coral here, we have 2 of arrows in justice in reversed, 4 of arrows rest in reversed, and Ace of arrows the breath of life in reversed. So overall, I'm getting that the month of April might be a little hectic for you guys, especially with this rest card in reversed. With 2 of arrows, the injustice card in reverse, I'm seeing this as someone who's not really sure of what's going to happen. I mean, especially in this time, you don't know what's going to happen, but I feel like you're going to be more worried about this. And this could cause you some of your anxiety or just a lot of hectic energy going around. With the rest card in reverse and the breath of life in reverse, I'm seeing this as someone who's not allowing themselves to rest, or someone who just their schedule kind of takes that away from them, if that makes sense. And I'm seeing this Breath of Life card in reverse as kind of a burnout, especially if you're not allowing yourself to rest, or if you're in a position, or if you're doing something that kind of takes away rest time as well. So with these cards, the affirmations, we have affirmation from your spirits, from your spirit guides or your guides. We have it's okay to ask for help. Reaching out with an open heart makes you stronger, which I think is it's just like the main message they want you guys to have is reach out, ask for help, especially during this time. My love is my purpose, joy and peace are my calling. No one knows my soul as well as I do. I give myself permission to walk my own path and follow my own heart. There's power in patience. I have all the time I need. Yeah, so overall, despite how hectic the month of April may be for you, you can kind of ease through that by asking others for help, knowing when to rest, listening to your body, your soul, just listening to your intuition of what you need to do. And even though this month of April may be a little hard for some of you, it is time to focus on the positives in your life, what you're grateful for. So if you are in that headspace where you're just focusing on nothing's going right, or things are kind of out of balance or whatever, take the time to slow down. Maybe write a gratitude list every morning, which is what I'm starting to do, or what I've been starting to do, even just for 20 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. And again, for the patience card, this here basically is saying that this will pass. You don't have to worry about this forever. It's just getting through this here, and then also knowing that things can get better along the way. It just depends on how you manage your way. So again, be sure to rest as much as you can, ask for help, be patient, and practice gratitude. So that's for pile number 4. So for pile number 4, I also wanted to point out that I realized that all 3 of those cards are all arrow cards, and in tarot, arrows usually symbolize action, but also mental health as well. So I just wanted to point that out.